Teaching English abroad and online has allowed me to live and work in 6 different countries and travel to over 20 countries on a teacher's salary. I'm Jamie, an ESL teacher, and I have tested out TEFL and TESOL courses from all of these brands to help you decide which is best for your teaching goals. In today's video, I'll share all the basics that you need to know about TEFL and TESOL courses, so don't buy your course until you've watched this video. Do I need both a TEFL and TESOL certificate? And what are they? You don't need both of these certificates because they are essentially the same. TEFL stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language, and TESOL stands for Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages. You'll commonly see this industry referred to as TESOL in English-speaking countries like the US, Australia, Canada, etc. But if you are, for example, teaching in Spain, that would be TEFL teaching. So you don't need both certificates. That is a very common question that I get. These courses teach you how to teach English as a second language, and there's a huge variety. It depends on the brand of the course that you choose and even the level within that brand. More basic courses might just be readings and some quizzes, but other courses are going to have things like videos, discussion forums, a teaching practicum, input sessions with your tutor. There's a huge variety, and that's why it's important to do a lot of research to see which course is best for you. Unfortunately, all these courses are not the same quality, which is why I've created a free guide to share some of the details of courses that I've personally taken and recommend. You can download it for free at eslteacher365.com/TEFL-guide. What's the difference between a level 3 and level 5 TEFL course? A level 3 course is typically 120 hours and a basic intro into the ESL teaching industry. This is the minimum requirement that you need to teach abroad or online. So if you see any courses that are less than this, then I would steer clear of those. This is great if you're just getting interested and you want to learn a little bit more, or if you're already a teacher, you already are a native speaker with a degree and some teaching experience, then this might be enough for you. However, if you are a non-native speaker, you don't have a degree, or you've never taught before, then something like a level 5 course is a better fit for you. The high-quality level 5 courses include a teaching practicum, assignments, and they are quite challenging. The very confusing thing about level 5 TEFL courses is there isn't a set amount of hours. You'll see that companies have random amounts, 168 hours, 210 hours, 300 hours, and a lot of that is just marketing because they might include some other courses like business English or teaching young learners. A level 5 course is going to be more in-depth, go into more detail about different teaching methods, maybe include different activities, more rigorous assignments. So this is going to be better if you're looking to feel a bit more confident in the classroom, and it is going to be more of an investment. But again, another thing about level 5 TEFL courses is that they are not all the same. The golden standard one would be CELTA, CertTESOL is very similar, and International TEFL Academy as well. But the other courses that say that they are a CELTA equivalent, typically again, that's just marketing and they aren't actually the same. Another thing that can be confusing is that level 5 TEFL courses are often marketed as diplomas. These are not degrees, they're just certificates. So if you don't have a degree and you want to teach in a country that requires a degree for the visa, you cannot use your TEFL certificate to replace that diploma, that degree. Speaking of CELTA, what's the difference between CELTA and a TEFL or TESOL course? CELTA is a TEFL course, it's just the Cambridge brand, and it's offered in different centers around the world and online as well through these centers. I personally did my course in person here in Australia. It is considered the gold standard in this industry. It includes observed teaching practice. You get a lot of input from your tutor, and it does focus on teaching adults, which makes it not the best fit for everyone. If you want to teach kids, you might want to look at a different course, because in my course, for example, out of the 10 or 11 weeks that we did, we only spent 1 day talking about teaching young learners. You can take this part-time like I did, or you can take it full-time, and that's usually 4 or 5 weeks. CELTA is preferred in the Middle East and Europe, so keep that in mind as well. It depends on where you'd like to teach. If you want to get more information about CELTA, I will put a link to their official website and how to find that course in the video description. How do I know if my TEFL course is accredited and internationally recognized? There isn't one official accrediting body, which makes this very confusing and complicated. Basically, what you'll need to do is check out the official website for the course that you're interested in, and if they are legit, they should have a whole page explaining who accredits their course and a lot of information about the accreditor and official numbers involved in that. You can also check out different reviews. You can ask to speak with alumni to see if people who have taken this course have actually taught abroad or taught online. All the courses that I recommend in my free guide are accredited and recognized, and I also included a blacklist of different TEFL courses that are either not accredited or are very scammy or just have bad business practices. So don't forget to download my free guide for all of that information. How much do TEFL courses cost, and can I just get a cheap one on Groupon or a free one like Teacher Record? The price of TEFL courses ranges from free to over $2,000. It really depends on which exact brand you choose and the level of your course. I do not recommend free or cheap courses unless you're just looking to get an idea of the industry, see what it's like, see if it's something that you would like to invest in. But if you're serious about teaching abroad or online, steer clear of those courses. The mid-range TEFL courses are usually between $200 and $500, and these are those level 3 kind of 120-hour basic courses. For level 5 courses, you'll see prices anywhere between $500 and over $2,000. And remember what I said before, these level 5 courses aren't all necessarily the same. The top tier ones like International TEFL Academy, CELTA, and CertTESOL are going to be about $1,500 and up. Sometimes there are discounts, and the other courses are going to be less than that, but again, they aren't the same quality. So choose carefully depending on your teaching goals and your other qualifications. If you'd like to access my discount codes for different TEFL courses, then you can check out the video description, or I also include those in my free guide. What is a teaching practicum, and do all TEFL and TESOL courses include this? A teaching practicum is teaching practice. You're usually preparing a lesson plan, preparing the lesson, and then teaching actual students either online or in person, depending on the course that you choose. Something like CELTA is going to be quite standardized. You'll get feedback from other peers and your tutor, but something like International TEFL Academy, you actually have to set up your practicum yourself, so you can either do it online like I did or in person. Other brands might have a teaching practicum as an add-on, so that's not included in the price of your course, or they might not have one at all. So if you've never taught before, I highly recommend choosing a course that includes a teaching practicum. Do all courses provide job search assistance? This actually varies a lot from brand to brand. For example, my CELTA course, we didn't get any job search help, and that was the most expensive course that I've taken. So that's pretty disappointing, but it does depend on your center. Some will offer some job search help. For International TEFL Academy, they include lifetime job search assistance, which includes working with an advisor. They have a lot of different guides with information on visas, types of jobs, typical salaries, and they have some alumni groups. And something like the TEFL Institute has job search webinars every single month. Some brands will just send you some resume templates and maybe some links that you can follow to find different job search boards, but it's not very helpful. So keep that in mind if you're looking for help. Some brands offer job placement guarantees or internships for an additional price. And if you take your course abroad, they may include some local job search help as well. If you've taken a course that doesn't offer very much job search help, I do have 2 online courses, the TEFL Teacher Roadmap for teaching abroad and Teach Online in 10 Days for teaching online. And they both go over all of the logistics of teaching abroad or teaching online to help you out after your TEFL certificate. Are there exams and assignments? Typically, there aren't exams in a TEFL course unless you take it through a university. However, you will find that there are often little quizzes, and some of the more high quality courses do have assignments. Some basic courses might have 1 assignment or 3 assignments. Something like International TEFL Academy, we had weekly assignments, and for CELTA, we had to do 4 big papers and a lot of teaching practice as well, so that was a lot of work. Some courses allow you to resubmit your quiz answers multiple times or a limited number of times, and same with the assignments. You might be able to resubmit 1 time or 3 times. It just depends on the brand. I'm a non-native speaker, I don't have a degree, or I don't have teaching experience. Which course do you recommend for me? If this sounds like you, I recommend a high-quality Level 5 TEFL course, which includes a teaching practicum. This would be something like CELTA, CertTESOL, or International TEFL Academy. This is because you are at a bit of a disadvantage if you're a non-native speaker, if you don't have a degree, or if you've never taught before. And these courses go into a lot of detail and depth. There's a lot of teaching practice involved and assignments too. If you are a non-native speaker, to do these courses, you might need to prove your English level, and it's usually something like C1 advanced level of English. You can do this with an official exam like the Cambridge C1 advanced or a TEFL exam. If you don't have a degree, you are going to be more limited in where you can teach. A lot of countries abroad require a degree for the visa, and a lot of online teaching companies also require some sort of degree. So keep that in mind. Do a lot of research on the places that you want to teach or how you want to teach online, and make sure that you know all of that information before you purchase one of these courses, because they can be quite expensive. I'm a certified teacher. Do I need a TEFL or TESOL certificate? This is my situation as well. I'm technically a Spanish teacher certified in the US. So when I taught abroad, I was able to get by for a while without a TEFL certificate, but I don't actually recommend that, because this will teach you how to teach ESL, and it can be quite specific. And I ran into some issues when I came to Australia. They actually required me to have a TEFL certificate. So go ahead and get one now. It's good for life. It doesn't expire. And if you're already teaching, you have a lot of experience, you can go for one of those more basic level 3, 120-hour courses, just to check the box that you have it. Of course, if you'd like to go more in depth and learn a lot more, maybe do teaching practicum with ESL, if that wasn't your subject that you're certified in, then yes, go ahead and do a level 5 course. But either way, even if you're a certified teacher, still get TEFL certified if that wasn't the area of your studies. If you're still not sure which TEFL course is right for you, you've downloaded my free guide, you've watched some of my videos, then feel free to book a teacher help call with me. You can go to eslteacher365.com/call to find out all the details about how we can meet for a video call, and I can help you decide which course is best for you and your teaching goals. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. And you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at eslteacher365. If you'd like to see different reviews on the brands of courses that I've tried, then you can check out my TEFL and TESOL certificate playlist next. Happy teaching!